Hello friends, I welcome you all to my channel. I hope you're all well and your studies are also going on well. In this video, I will solve the practice test paper number 1 that I have prepared on the chapter of profit and loss. As I have already mentioned before that I will always prepare two practice test paper at the end of completing a chapter that will give you a good evaluation of your understanding of concepts on the chapter. So if you are new to my channel or if you are not yet subscribed, I will highly suggest and request that you please support me by subscribing to my channel, and also please do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. So this video is part of the playlist CBSE Mathematics for class 7 following the textbook of author R.S. Aggarwal. It is highly recommended that you first try to solve the problems of this practice test paper 1 yourself, and if you are stuck, only then you see the solution from this video. So let's start solving the problems. On the left hand side, I have the practice test paper 1. I hope you can see the problems. It is visible enough. And on the right hand side, I have the canvas where I will solve the problems and discuss any concepts concerned. And ideally, you should solve this problem in 45 minutes. There are 15 questions, so you will get approximately 3 minutes per question. So let's start solving the problems. Problem 1 says that if the ratio of the SP, which means selling price, to CP, that is cost price of an article, is 1:m, and there is a profit of 10%, then the value of M is. Okay, so if the ratio of SP to CP is given, that is, it is given SP to CP, this ratio is given to be 1:m, and it also said that there is a profit of 10%. So now profit percent. What is the profit percent? We know that profit percent is profit from the very basics of the profit, loss, and cost price and selling price. We know that profit percent is the percentage of profit based on the cost price, which is profit divided by cost price into 100. Now, so okay, so from the given ratio of selling price to cost price, we can let SP and CP be X and MX. From the chapter of ratio and proportion, you know, you're familiar with this kind of problem. When there is a ratio given, we can always assume the values to be some multiple of X. The multiple of X, we multiply the terms with some unknown quantity X. So we say that since the ratio of SP to CP is 1:m, we are assuming that SP and CP be X and MX. Now, if this is so, this implies profit from the fact that SP equals to CP and CP equals to MX. We can say profit is equal to SP minus CP, which is equal to X minus MX, which is equal to X into 1 minus M. And now this implies profit percent will be equal to profit divided by cost price into 100. This much percent. This is profit. We have X into 1 minus M, and the cost price, we know it is X. Cost price is MX. We have assumed MX. This into 100 should be equal to 10, as it is given that the profit is 10%. Now this implies from the left hand side we can cancel X out, and we get 100 into 1 minus M divided by M equals 10. Now we can also cancel this 10 and 10 from here. We get 10. So we can say now that 10, if we do cross multiplication, we get 10 into 1 minus M equals to M this implies 10 minus 10m equals m. This implies 10 equals m plus 10m. This is 11m. So this implies m equals 10 by 11. M equals to 10 by 11. So the correct choice is D. The correct choice is D. Okay, let's do problem number 2. If you are, I have already covered all the concepts of profit and loss in my previous videos. That is part 1, part 2, part 3. If you have not watched those videos, I highly suggest that you first watch my videos on the profit and loss, where I discuss the concepts and solve the exercise 11AB and also the test paper 11 and the objective questions. That will give you a good idea about how to apply the concept of profit and loss to solve problems. Okay, question number 2 says that a man sells 200 mangoes at the cost price of 250 mangoes. His profit percentage is. A man sells 200 mangoes at the cost price of 250 mangoes. So nothing is said about the cost, the selling price or the cost price. So to find the profit percentage, we need to know the cost price and the selling price. Not the absolute value, but some kind of information regarding cost price and selling price. So let's assume that since a man sells 200 mangoes at the cost price of 250 mangoes, indirectly it is giving some information about the selling price in terms of the cost price. So let cost price of one mango be X. Always try to solve the problems from the very basics and in a simple form, in the simplest method. And if you follow the steps, apply the concepts, basic concepts slowly, you will definitely solve the problem. So let cost price of one mango be X. This implies cost price of 250 mangoes is equal to 250x, because we have assumed the cost price of one mango to be X. So cost price of 250 mangoes is 250x. Now this is equal to the selling price. It is given that the man sells 200 mangoes at the cost price of 250 mangoes. So the selling price of 200 mangoes equals the selling price of 200 mangoes is given to be the cost price of 250 mangoes. So 250x. Now we will do one thing. We will also assume that not required. Now, so we have the selling price of 200 mangoes is equal to 250x. So this implies selling price of one mango is 250x divided by 200. Selling price of 200 mangoes we found to be 250x, which is equal to the cost price of 250 mangoes. So the selling price of one mango will be 250x by 200. This is, if we simplify further, this is 5x by 4. Okay, so we have the cost price of one mango is X and the selling price of one mango is 5x by 4. So this implies since 5x by 4 is greater than X, so there is a profit. Also it is given that it is asking the profit percentage. So profit equals 5x, which is the selling price of one mango, minus the cost price of one mango, which is X. This equals X by 4. This implies the profit percent. Therefore, the profit percent is profit divided by cost price multiplied by 100 percentage. The profit we know is x by 4, and cost price we have assumed to be, these are all based on one mango. So profit for one mango is x by 4, cost price of one mango is x. So this is the percentage profit per mango. Now this is equal to 100 by 4, 100 by 4, excess cancels out, so this is 100 by 4 percentage, this is 25 percentage. So the answer is choice B. Okay, let's do problem number 3. So while I'm solving the problem, you can pause this. If you're watching this video, if you can pause the video and take solution for your future reference. Let's and also the PDF version of this test paper, practice test paper. The link of the PDF of this test paper will be in the description below. So problem number 3 says the sum of the selling price of two toys having the same cost price and sold at profits of 5% and 10% is rupees 1032. It is saying then the cost price of each toy is. Okay, the sum of the selling prices of two toys having the same cost price and sold at profits of 5% and 10% is rupees 1032. Then the cost price of each toy. Okay, so whenever something is asked, you can always, the standard strategy or procedure is to assume that quantity which is being asked as a unknown variable, and then use all the facts given in the problem and form an equation in that variable and solve that variable. So let cost price of each toy be rupees X. Now this okay, so now it is saying that one toy was sold, both the toys, one toy was sold at a profit of 5% and another toy was sold at a profit of 10%. So selling price of toy sold at profit of 5% will be equal to 100 plus 5% of cost price of cost price. This is equal to 105% of cost price x. X we have assumed to be x. This is 105 by 100 into x, and if we simplify this further, it becomes 21 x by 20. So this is the selling price of toy sold at profit of 5%. Similarly, selling price of toy sold at 10% profit will be equal to 100 plus 10% of cost price. This equals 110% of cost price is x. This is 110 divided by 100 into x. If we simplify this further, we get 11x by 10. 11x by 10. So therefore, sum of selling price of the two toys is equal to 21x by 20 plus 11x by 10. If you simplify this, this is 22. So 43x by 20. Now the sum of the selling price of the two toys is given to be rupees 1032. So we can say that for 43x by 20 is equal to 1032. This implies x is equal to 20 by 43 multiplied by 1032. This is equal to how much? 43, I think, should divide 1032. Let's see. 2, 86, 7, 1, 2, and this is 4. So 24. So this is 480. So the cost X, which is the cost price of each toy, is rupees 480. So the answer is choice A. A is the answer choice. Okay, let's do problem number 4. Problem number 4 says a vendor bought 5 lemons for a rupee. How many lemons must be sold for rupees 7 to gain 16 and 2 by 3 percentage? Okay, always remember that the gain percent or the loss percent is always based on the cost price. So, and for this kind of problem where it says, where it is given that the selling price of some unit of quantity is something, it is always you find the selling price and the cost price per unit of the commodity. So it is said that a vendor bought 5 lemons for a rupee. So cost price of, is given that cost price of 5 lemons is rupee 1. Therefore, cost price of 1 lemon is rupees 1 by 5. And how many lemons must be sold for rupees 7 to gain 16 and 2 by 3%? Okay, how many lemons? So let's assume X lemons be sold for rupee 7. So this implies selling price of X lemons is equal to rupees 7. This implies selling price of 1 lemon is equal to rupees 7 by X. So we have the cost price of 1 lemon to be rupees 1 by 5 and the selling price of 1 lemon to be the rupees 7 by X. So this implies, since it is talking about a gain, there should be a gain of 16 and 2 by 3%. This implies that gain equals to selling price minus cost price, that is rupees 7 by X minus 1 by 5. This is the gain, because the selling price of 1 lemon is rupees 7 by X and the cost price of 1 lemon is 1 by 5. So the gain is selling price minus cost price. Okay, and this is the gain. Therefore, gain percent equals to gain divided by cost price multiplied by 100, this much percent. This equal to gain is 7 by X minus 1 by 5 and cost price of 1 lemon is 1 by 5. This into 100. This should be equal to the given gain percent, which is 16 and 2 by 3. 2 by 3. So this implies we have, if you simplify 7 by X minus 1 by 5, it will be 35 minus 7x by 5x divided by 1 by 5 into 100 equals to 16, and 2 by 3. If you simplify it to improper fraction, this becomes 50 by 3. Now this implies, if you simplify the left hand side, the one by the denominator 1 by the denominator 5 cancels out, so we get 35 minus 7x divided by x into 100 equals 50 by 3. Now from here you can also cancel out 50 and 100 with 2. So we get 2 into 35 minus 7x divided by x equals 1 by 3. Now if you do cross multiplication, you have to solve for x. If you do cross product, we get 6 into 35 minus 7x equals x. This implies, if you do the products on the left hand side and open the bracket, we get 30, 21, 210 minus 42x equals x. This implies 210 equals 43x. This implies x equals 210 divided by 43. X should be a integer. I think there is a mistake, because 210 by 43 is definitely not to be any value which is given in the choice. So let's see, maybe I've done some mistake. So we have assumed that the cost price of 5 lemon is given to be 1 rupee. So cost price of 1 lemon is rupees 1 by 5. Okay. Now let's assume x lemons. It is asking how many lemons must be sold for rupees 7. So let's assume x lemons to be sold for rupees 7. Then selling price of x lemons is rupees 7. Selling price of 1 lemon is rupees 7 by x. So the gain is per lemon. Gain per lemon is rupees 7 by x minus 1 by 5. Okay. Now gain percent is gain by CP multiplied by 100, which is equal to 7 by x minus 1 by 5 divided by 1 by 5 into 100. That is equal to 16 and 2 by 3. This implies, if we simplify 7 by x minus 1 by 5, it becomes 35 35 minus not 7x, it is x. What happened? This is x. So this will be 35 minus x, and okay, so this will be 35 minus x, and then we have 35 minus x, so this will be 6x equals to x, and so 210 equals to 7x, and x equals to 210 divided by 7, which is 30. So 30 oranges, 30 lemons need to be sold. So the correct choice is choice A. Okay. This was question number 4. Let's do question number 5. Question number 5 says that the price of an orange dropped by 33 and 1 by 3 percentage. As a result, Mahesh was able to buy 2.5 dozens more oranges for rupees 720. Find the initial price of a dozen oranges. Find the initial price of a dozen oranges. Okay, so let's assume initial price of a dozen oranges be x. It will be rupees X. I'm not using the symbol X. It is understood. So I'm not using the symbol rupees. It is understood. So we are assuming that the initial price of a dozen oranges, mind it is a dozen oranges. That is the initial price of 12 oranges be X. Okay. And then the price of the orange, the price of an orange dropped by 33%. Okay. Now, no, let's find the initial price of a dozen oranges. No, it's better we assume the initial price of not dozen oranges, but of an oranges. Of an orange be X. Let the initial price of a single orange of one orange be X. Okay. Now, as a result, Mahesh was able to buy 2.5 dozens more oranges for rupees 720. Now, you need to understand this statement very carefully. It is saying that after that there was a price drop of an orange, Mahesh was able to buy 2.5 dozen more oranges for rupees 720. This means that whatever the cost price was of an orange after the drop, based on that, Mahesh was able to buy based on that cost price, that is based on that reduced cost price after there was a price drop of 33 and 1/3 percentage for single orange, whatever that price was, based on that reduced cost price, Mahesh was able to buy 2.5 dozens more oranges for rupees 720. Now, so let's assume the initial price of an orange be X. This implies reduced price of an orange after 33% drop will be equal to now this 33 and 1/3 percentage means 100 by 3 percentage. If you convert this mixed fraction to a improper fraction, it is 100 by 3 percentage. Now, if there is a price drop of 100 by 3 percentage, then the reduced price will be 100 minus 100 by 3, this much percentage of the original price, which we assume to be X. We have assumed that the initial price of an orange is X. So if there is a price drop of 100 by 3 percentage, then the reduced price will be 100 minus 100 by 3, that is a price drop percentage, this percentage of X. Now 100 minus 100 by 3 is 200 by 3 percentage of X. This is 200 X by 3 into 100. This is 2X by 3. 2X by 3 is the price of an orange after there was a 33 and 1/3 percentage drop. Okay. Now it is given that, so this implies that so based on this reduced cost price of an orange 2X by 3, Mahesh was able to purchase 2.5 dozens of oranges for rupees 720. So we can say that since the reduced price of one orange is 2X by 3, this multiplied by 2.5 dozens. 2.5 dozens means 2.5 dozen means 2.5. 1 dozen means 12. So this much oranges. 2.5 dozen oranges means 2.5 multiplied by 12. This much oranges. So 2X by 3 multiplied by 2.5 multiplied by 12 should be the cost price of 2.5 dozens oranges after the price reduced, and this should be definitely equal to 720. I hope you understood the problem. After there was a price drop, Mahesh was able to purchase 2.5 dozens oranges for rupees 720. That means 720 was the cost price of 200 of 2.5 dozens oranges based on the reduced price of one orange. Okay. Now this implies, if you simplify the left hand side, this is a 2.5 means 5 by 2 into 12 equals 720. Now this implies from here we can say that x equals to 720 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2 divided by 2 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 12. So 2 cancels out, 3 divides 12 with 4, and 5 divides 720 with 144, and 4 divides 144 with 36. So x is turning out to be 36, which is the initial price of an orange. That is the initial price of one orange is rupees 36. So it has asked find the initial price of a dozen oranges. This implies initial price of a dozen oranges will be equal to rupees 36 into 12. This is how much? 36 multiplied by 12. This is 72, 36. This is 2, 3, 4. 432, and it is not in the option. X we assume to be the initial price of an orange. So find the initial price of a dozen oranges. So 36 into 12. Let's see, we might have done something wrong, calculation mistake. Let's assume initial price of an orange be X. The reduced price of an orange after there is a 33 1 by 3 percentage drop. 33 and 1 by 3 means 100 by 3. Okay, should be 100 minus 100 by 3 percentage of X. That is 200 by 3 percentage of X. That is 200 by 3 by 100 into X. That is 2x by 3. Now, so 2x by 3 is the reduced price of one orange. Now, it is said that Mahesh was able to buy 2.5 dozens more oranges for 720. So this means that the price of 2.5 dozens based on the reduced price should be 720. So we have 2x by 3 is the price of one orange, a reduced price of one orange. So that multiplied by 2.5 multiplied by 12 is equal to 720. Going to half into 12, 720. So this means 5 by 2, x equals to 3 into 2, 720 divided by 2 into 5 into 12. And 3, 2 cancels out, 3 divides 12 with 4. 5 divides 1, 720 with 5 divides 720 with 144. And then 4 divides 144 with 12, 36. It is fine. So the initial price of an orange is X. Find the initial price of a dozen oranges. It should be 36 into 12, which is coming out to be 432. Okay, I'm skipping it for the moment. It is not matching with any of the given choices. Let's see problem number 6. Problem number 6 says that by selling 20 pence, a shopkeeper gained the selling price of 4 pence. By selling 20 pence, a shopkeeper gained the selling price of 4 pence. Okay. Then the gain percentage. By selling 20 pence, the shopkeeper gained the selling price of 4 pence. Okay, so it is talking about selling price. So let's assume selling price of 1 pen be X. Let's assume selling price of 1 pen be X. By selling 20 pence, the shopkeeper, therefore, selling price of 20 pence is equal to 20x. Now, it is also given that the gain is selling price of 4 pence. So, gain is selling equals to selling price of 4 pence, which is which should be 4x, because selling price of 1 pen we have assumed to be x. So, selling price of 4 pence is 4x. This is the gain. Now, we know the gain, we know the selling price. By selling 20 pence, the shopkeeper gained the selling price of 40 pence. So, selling price of 20 pence is 20x, gain is 4x. So, therefore, cost price should be, this is cost price of 4 pence. So, cost price should be selling price minus the gain. This is 20x minus 4x. This is 16x. 16x is the cost price of 20 pence. This is all about 20 pence. So we have got that cost price of 20 pence, cost price of 20 pence is 16x. Selling price of 20 pence is 20x, and the gain is 4x. This implies the gain percent equals, the gain percent will be gain divided by the cost price multiplied by 100. This equals to, gain is 4x, cost price is 16x multiplied by 100. So this is x cancels out, 4 divides 16 with 4, and this is 25. So the gain percent is 25. So the correct choice is B. One thing to note that if there is a gain, then the gain percent of, let's say, please note one thing, that let's say cost price, let's say cost price of an article, of one commodity or one unit of any item is equal to, let's say x. Now let's say the selling price be 3x, let's say 3x. So therefore the gain is SP minus CP, that is 3x minus x, that is 2x. So these are all based on one unit of the commodity. Cost price of one unit of some item or a commodity, let's say be x, and the selling price be 3x, and so the gain per unit of the item or commodity is 2x. So this implies gain percent is equals to gain by cost price into 100. This equals 2x by x into 100. Now, okay, so this is 200%. Now, my question is, if what will be the gain percent if we consider 10 units of 10 units of item, like say if 10 units of the commodity was sold, so if the cost price of 1 unit of the commodity is x, then the now this is all about 1 unit of the commodity. This is all about 1 unit of the commodity. Now, let's say now my question is, if the gain percent, whether the gain percent will be the same for 10 units of commodity or 20 units of commodity. I think it will be the same, because for let's say for 10 units of article, I'm using the word article, this one is for 1 unit of article. The cost price is x, the selling price is x, 3x. So for 10 units of an article, definitely the cost price will be 10x, the selling price will be equal to will be 30x, since selling price of 1 unit is 3x, so selling price of 10 units will be 30x. Gain will be 30x minus 10x, this is equal to 20x. This implies gain percent will be equal to 20x by 10x into 100. It is coming to be the same. So please note one thing, that the gain percent or the loss percent is will be the same. Is not dependent on the number of units of the commodity is concerned. So if you know the gain percent for 1 unit of some commodity, the gain percent will be the same for 10 units or 20 units or any number of units of the commodity. This thing you please keep in mind. Okay, so let's solve question number 7. Question number 7 says, what is the ratio by which the cost price has to be multiplied to get the SP if the loss is 20%? What is the ratio by which the cost price has to be multiplied to get the selling price if the loss percent is 20%? Okay, so we know that loss, so this is a very conceptual problem. Just it will evaluate your basic understanding of selling price, cost price, loss or profit, and the percentage of loss or profit. So we know the loss is equal to cost price. When there is a loss, the selling price is less than cost price. So loss is CP minus SP. We know this. CP minus SP. Also, we know that loss percent is equal to loss percent then is equal to loss percent. The basic definition is loss by CP multiplied by 100. Okay, this is equal to loss, we know it is CP minus SP. So we have this loss equals to CP minus SP into 100 divided by CP. Now this is given to be, loss is given to be 20%. So this is 20, this is 20. It is asking what is the ratio by which the CP has to be multiplied to get the SP. Okay, so this implies that if we do cross, okay, we can cancel out 20 with, can cancel 100 by 20, divide both sides by 20, and we get 5. So we get 5 into CP minus SP divided by Cp equals to 1. If you do cross product, we get 5 into Cp minus Sp equals to Cp. So this implies 5 Cp minus 5 Sp equals to Cp. So this implies if we bring all the Cp terms to the left hand side and all the Sp terms to the right hand side, we get 5 Cp minus Cp equals to 5 Sp. This implies 4 Cp equals 5 Sp, and this implies by what is the ratio by which Cp has to be multiplied to get Sp. So we get Sp equals to 4 by 5 multiplied by Cp. So we have to multiply the ratio 4 by 5 with Cp to get Sp. So the answer is D. So the answer is choice D. Okay, let's do problem number 8. Problem number 8 says, if Sp equals to rupees X, Cp equals to rupees Y, and gain percent is Z percent, then the ratio X is to Y is in proportion with. Then the ratio X is to Y is in proportion with, which means proportion to ratio are in proportion when they are equal. So we have to choose select the choice, select the ratio from the choices which is equal to X is to Y. So basically we have to find X is to Y and see what it is matching with which which choice it is matching, that is X is to Y. So Sp is okay. So Sp is given to be rupees X, Cp is given to be rupees Y, and gain percent is given to be Z percent. Now, since it is talking about gain percent, definitely there is a gain. So let's find what is gain. Gain equals to Sp minus Cp. This is rupees X minus Y, because this is Sp is rupees X and Cp is rupees Y. So this is rupees X minus Y. Now this implies what is gain percent? Gain percent is gain divided by Cp multiplied by 100. Gain we know it is X minus Y. Cp it is given to be Y. So this multiplied by 100 should be equal to gain percent is also given. So this should be equal to Z. Okay. Then the ratio X is to Y is in the proportion with. No, let's do it in a different way. This procedure which I was following, maybe it will lead to a solution, but I think a better way of doing it, solving this problem is, we know that selling, if there is a gain, we know if there is a gain, we know that the selling price will be 100 plus whatever the gain percent is, this much percent of Cp. We know this. So this implies Sp is given to be X equals 100 plus gain percent is given to be Z, and this percent of Cp is Y. So this equals to 100 plus Z divided by 100 into Y. Now this implies X by Y is equal to, so if we from this equation, if you divide both sides by Y, we get X by Y equals to 100 plus Z divided by Y. So this implies now that X is to y is equal to 100 plus z is to 100. So the choice is this is the ratio which is in proportion with x is to y. So the choice is D. The answer is choice D. Okay, let's do problem number 9. Problem number 9 says that a shopkeeper sold an article at 5% profit. If he had sold it at a profit of 17.5%, then the profit would have been rupees 25 more. What is the cost price of the article? Okay, so for this kind of problem, it is better you directly assume what it has been asked to find as a variable x or any other letter of your choice. So let cost price of an article be x. I'm ignoring the rupee symbol because it is understood. Let cost price of an article be x. Okay. Now it says that a shopkeeper sold an article at 5% profit. Okay, so with 5% profit, when there is a 5% profit, selling price with the 5% profit, a shopkeeper sold an article at 5% profit. Okay, with 5% profit, sorry, it is saying that if he had sold it at a profit of this percent, then the profit would have been rupees 25 more. Okay, so if the cost price of an article is x and if there is a 5% profit, so 5% profit implies that profit is equal to 5% of x, because profit percent or loss percent is always based on the cost price. So this will be, so if there is a profit of 5% for an article, if it is sold with a profit of 5%, then the profit will be 5% of x. This is 5 by 100 into x. This is x by 20. Okay. Now, then it is saying that if he had sold it at a profit of 7.5%. Okay. So 7.5, which is equal to 35 by 2% profit, implies that the profit is equal to 35 by 2% of x. This equals 35% of x is 35 by 2 into divided by 100 into x. This is 7x by 40. So this is the profit when there is a 7.5% profit, and this is the profit when there is a 5% profit, and this is the profit when there is a 7.5% profit. So it is saying that then the profit would have been rupees 25 more. So this implies we can say that 7x by 40 minus x by 20 is equal to x by 20 is equal to 25. This implies, if you simplify the left hand side, it is 7x minus 2x by 40 equals 25. This implies 5x by 40 equals 25. This implies x equals 40 into 25 divided by 5. This is 800. So the Now the cost price of an article is 800. I'm getting 800. Oh, 40 into 200, 40 into 5, that is 200. Sorry. So 200 rupees is the cost price of an article. So the answer is choice C. C is the correct choice. Okay, let's solve question number 10. It says that 400 oranges were bought at rupees 125 per 100 and were sold at a profit of rupees 100. Rupees 100. Rupees 100 was the total profit, and 400 oranges were bought at rupees 125 per 100. So cost price, it is given as cost price of 100 oranges is equal to rupees 125. This implies cost price of 400 oranges, as 400 oranges were purchased, is equal to rupees 125 multiplied by 4, that is rupees 600. That is rupees 500. Rupees 500 is the cost price of 400 oranges, and there was a total profit of rupees 800. Profit of 400 oranges is given to be rupees 100. Find the selling price per dozen. Find the selling price per dozen. So the total profit of 400 oranges is rupees 100. So this implies selling price of 400 oranges should be equal to, if there is a profit, we know the profit is equal to selling price minus cost price. So we know that profit is equal to selling price minus cost price. This implies that selling price is equal to cost price plus profit. So selling price of 400 oranges will be the cost price of 400 oranges, which is 500 plus the profit. So this is rupees 500 plus rupees 100. This is rupees 600. This implies selling price, it is asking the selling price of per dozen, that is selling price of 12 oranges, will be equal to, using unitary method, we know that if selling price of 400 oranges is 600, then the selling price of one orange will be 600 by 400, and hence the selling price of 12 oranges will be multiplied by 12. We have to simplify this. This is 3. This is rupees 18. Rupees 18 is the selling price of dozen oranges. So the answer is choice. The answer is choice C. Okay. Let's do question number 11. It says that the selling price of 4 articles is equal to cost price of 5 articles. The selling price of 4 articles is equal to the cost price of 5 articles. If the cost price of one article is rupees 100, then what is the gain on each article? What is the gain on each article? If the cost price of one article is rupees 100, then definitely we have to find the selling price of one article. And then only we can find the gain on each article. So we have to find the selling price of one article. So it is cost price. It is given that cost price of one article is equal to rupees 100. This implies cost price of 5 articles will be equal to rupees 100 into 5, that is rupees 500. Now this implies that it is said that selling price of 4 articles is equal to the cost price of 5 articles. So we can say selling price of 4 articles is equal to rupees 500, because 500 is the cost price of 5 articles. So this implies selling price of 1 article is equal to rupees, using unitary method, 4. This is rupees 500 by 4. This is 1 to 5. So selling price of 1 article is rupees 125 and cost price of 1 article is 100. Therefore, gain per article is equal to rupees 125 minus rupees 100, that is rupees 25. So the correct choice is B. B is the answer, correct choice. Let's do problem number 12. A shopkeeper sold 2 articles for rupees 425 each, meaning the selling price of both articles was rupees 425, gaining 10% on one and losing 10% on the other. Which one of the following is true? He gains 1%, he loses 1%, either A or B, neither A nor B. So the shopkeeper sold 2 articles for rupees 425 each. Okay, so selling price of each article is rupees 425, gaining 10% on one and losing 10% on the other. So which one of the following is true? He gains 1%. Now the choice is he gains 1% or he loses 1%. This is basically on the overall transaction, that is he gained or lost based on the selling price and cost price of 2 articles. So it is given that cost price of, not cost price, is given that selling price of 1 article is rupees 425. He has sold 2 articles for each. So selling price of each article is rupees 425. Now gaining 10% on one and losing 10% on the other. Okay. Now always remember this gain percent and loss percent are always based on cost price. This is a very, very important thing that you should always keep in mind in solving the problem. If you otherwise you will solve the problem incorrectly and you will get wrong answer. So selling price of each article is rupees 425 and it is said, so cost price, we can say that cost price of the article that was sold for 10% gain, the article which was sold with 10% of gain, the cost price of that article should be will be equal to what is the cost price when there is a gain? When there is a gain, we know that uh, if there is a gain, we know that cost price is equal to uh, selling price minus gain. We know this from basic definition of cost price, selling price, and gain. Now, this gain is the total gain on the cost price. Now, given the gain percent and given the selling price of given the selling price and given the gain percent, how do we find the cost price? So, uh, if there is a gain of 10%, if there is a gain of 10%, that is then this 10% is based on the gain, based on the cost price, we can say that uh, will be equal to the selling price of the selling price of one article minus the gain. So what is gain? Gain is the gain percent of the cost price, that is gain by 100. What is gain here? Gain is gain percent, whatever that gain percent be, divided by 100 into cost price. So so now SP minus gain. So cost price is selling price minus gain. Now what is the gain? Gain is the total gain. So gain is the gain percent divided by 100 multiplied by cost price. Now gain percent is given to be 10. Gain percent is 10. So 10 by 100 multiplied by CP. So this implies that CP, we are getting that CP equals to SP minus 10 by 100 is CP by 10. Now this implies if we bring the CP terms to the left hand side, we get CP plus CP by 10 equals to SP. Here SP is the selling price of one article, which is given to be rupees 425. And also the cost price is the article that was sold for 10% gain. So we get CP plus CP by 10 equals to 425. This means 11 CP by 10 equals rupees 425. This implies CP equals rupees 425 into 10 by 11. This is equal to 11 divided 425. 33. No. 425. The shopkeeper sold 2 articles for rupees 425 each. Gain is given to be 10%. So gain is 10%. We know the gain will be 10 by 100 into CP. So CP equals to SP minus 10 by 100 into CP, which is CP by 10. This implies CP plus CP by 10 equals to SP, which is 425. Then we have 11 CP by 10 equals to 425. So CP equals to 425 into 10 by 11. 33. 995. Gaining 10% on one and then losing 10% on the other. Which one of the following is true? Now, a shopkeeper sold 2 articles for rupees 425 each, gaining 10% on one. So definitely if gain percent is given and the selling price we know for each article is 425, we can obviously find the cost price of the articles. 33, 995. This implies cost price is sold two articles for each, gaining 10% on one and losing 10% on the other. Now, gaining 10% on one and losing 10% on the other. Gain percent is given, selling price is given. Yes, it is fine, but it is not dividing properly. I mean, this is a very long, very complex value, 425 into 10 by 11. Okay, let's see what happens with the next other one. So, now for the article which was sold with by losing 10%, uh, cost price of the article that was sold for 10% loss is equal to the selling price of one article, which is same because both the articles were sold for rupees 425. Now this is a loss. Now the cost price should be greater than the selling price. So we must have plus, and the loss percent is 10. So 10 by 100 again into CP. So this is okay. Now this CP is the cost price of an article that was sold for 10% loss. So we get this. This is SP plus CP by 10. Now this CP is not the same as the earlier CP. Let's say consider CP dash to be the cost price of the article that was sold for 10% loss. So we have CP dash. Now this implies CP dash minus CP dash by 10 is equal to SP. So this implies that 9 CP dash by 10 is equal to SP. Now, so we can also say we from here, from the earlier one, from this we got that instead of substituting the value of SP, we got that 11 CP by 10 equals SP. We got this, where SP is the same for both the article. So we can say, and we also got this from this, and from this we can say that 9 CP dash by 10 is equal to 11 CP by 10, where CP is the cost price of the article that was sold with a 10% gain, and CP dash is the cost price of the article that was sold for 10% loss. So this implies 10 cells cancels. We get CP dash equals 11 by 9 CP. Somehow we have to use this result. Now, okay. So, what is the ultimate gain or loss? what is the ultimate gain or loss. Now, so uh, selling price, we have considered the SP to be the selling price of one article, which is given to be 425. So now the selling price of two article, selling price of two articles will be equal to 2SP, because SP we have considered to be the selling price of one article whose value is given 425, but I do not think this value will be required. So let's selling price of two articles is 2SP. Now cost price of two articles is CP, definitely CP plus CP dash, which equals, we know that CP dash is equal to 11 by 9 CP. So this is equal to 10 CP by 9. So 10 CP by 9 is the cost of the two articles, total cost of the two articles. And the selling price of the two articles is 2SP. Now, also we know that 11 CP is equal to SP. 11 CP by 10 is equal to SP. We have to, the selling price of two articles and the cost price of two articles, we have to everything convert in terms of one variable, like either CP or CP dash or SP. Now selling price of two articles is SP, fine. Cost price of two articles is 10 CP by 9. Okay, fine, 10 CP by 9. And from this relation, we earlier got that 11 CP by 10 equals to SP. So this implies that CP, we can say, is equal to 10 SP by 11. From here we can say that CP equals to 10 SP by 11. So we can say that this equals 10 by 9 into CP we got as 10 SP by 11. So 10 SP by 11. So this is equal to 100 SP by 99. So we have selling price of two articles is 2SP and the cost price of two articles is 100 SP by 99. Now definitely this is greater than SP. So therefore there was a loss. Selling price of two articles is 2SP and cost price of two articles is, this will be definitely less than 2SP. So cost price of two articles is 100 SP by 99 and selling price of two articles is 2 SP. So the selling price 2 SP is greater than 100 SP by 99. So selling price is more. So therefore there was a gain. So gain is equal to 2 SP minus 100 SP by 99. This equals to this equals 198 SP minus 100 SP divided by 99. This is equal to not 2 SP but 98 SP by 99. Gain is this. Now gain is this. Now gain percent, we have to find gain percent, which is equal to gain divided by CP, that is the CP of two articles, multiplied by 100. This is equal to 98 by 99 SP divided by CP, cost price of two articles, which is cost price of two articles is 100 SP by 99. 100 SP by 99, and this multiplied by 100. This equals SP by 99 will cancel out, and this will be 98. What is gain? Gain is selling price of two articles is 2 SP, because selling price, we have considered SP to be the selling price of one article, which is given to be 425, but its value will not be required. Let's see, selling price of two articles is 2 SP, and cost price of two articles is CP plus CP dash, where CP is the cost price of the article which was sold for 10% gain, and CP dash is the cost price of the article which was sold with 10% loss. And CP dash, we have from the earlier we found that CP equals to 10 SP by 11, and also we found in case of the selling of the article with 10% loss, we have found that 9 CP dash by 10 equals to SP. So CP dash is equal to so we got that 11 CP by 10 equals to 9 CP by 10. 9 CP dash by 10 equals to 11 CP by 10. Okay, 10 10 cancel, so 9 CP dash equals to 11 CP. So CP dash equals to 11 by 9 CP. Okay, CP dash equals to 11 by 9 CP. So the cost price of two articles will be CP plus CP dash, which is CP plus CP dash is 11 by 9 CP. This is 9 CP. Sorry, I did a calculation mistake. This will be 20. This will be 20. Uh, 20 by 9 into 10 SP by 11, and so gain, so this is equal to how much? 20 CP by 10, which is equal to 20 by 9 into CP. And what is CP? CP is 10 SP by 11, 10 SP by 11. So this is 200 SP by 99. 200 SP by 99. Now, which is more, 2 SP or 200 by 99? Definitely 200 by 99 is more. So there is a loss, actually there is a loss. Okay, sorry, I did something wrong. Now we have found that the cost price of two articles is 200 SP, 200 SP by 99. Now 200 SP by 99 is greater than this value, 200 SP by 99 is greater than 2 SP, because 200, because if 200 by 99, if you convert it to a mixed fraction, that is 2, 98, 198, 2 by 99. So this is more than 2. So definitely cost price, so there is a loss. Cost price of two articles is more than selling price of two articles. So the loss is uh, loss is 200 SP by 99 minus 2 SP. This is equal to 200 SP minus 198 SP by 99. This is 2 SP by 99. Loss is this. This implies loss percent is equal to loss by, we know that loss percent is loss by cost price into 100. Now loss is 2 by 11 into SP, and cost price, that is the cost price of two articles, is 200 SP by 99, 200 by 99 into SP, this multiplied by 100. Cost price of two articles is uh, cost price of two articles is uh, 20 by 9 CP, which is 20 by 9 CP, and CP is 10 by 11 SP. So this is 200 by 99 SP. So which is greater than 2 SP. So loss is equal to cost price minus selling price, that is 200 SP by 99 minus 2 SP. This equals 200 SP minus 198 SP by 99, which is equal to 2 SP by 99. This is the loss. So loss percent should be loss by cost price into 100. This is loss is how much? Oh, loss is 2 by 99, not 11. 2 by 99 into SP. Okay. So now if we simplify this, SP cancels out, 99 cancels out. So we are left with 2 into 100 divided by 200, which is 1. So there is a loss of 1%. So the answer is choice B. Okay. Let's do problem number 13. Problem number 13 says, Avinash bought an electric iron for rupees 900 and sold it at a gain of 10%. Okay. He sold another electric iron at 5% loss, which was bought for rupees 1200. On the transaction, he has a profit of 75, loss of this. Okay. So Avinash bought an electric iron for rupees 900 and sold it at a gain of, so for first electric iron, SP is given to be 900, and there was a gain percent is 10. We know that selling price is equal to 100 plus the gain percent, that is 10, this much percentage of CP. This is equal to 110% of CP. This is equal to 100 CP by 10. So this implies CP for the first iron is equal to 10 by 11 into SP. This is equal to SP is 900. %. If there is a gain of 10%, gain is 10%, therefore selling price should be 100 plus 10% of CP. This is 110% of CP, that is 11 by 10 CP. This implies CP equals to 10 by 11 SP. And this is on the transaction he has a since in the choices it is given, the profit and loss is given in terms of rupees, not percentages, we have to find the actual profit from the first electric iron and the actual loss of the from the second or the another electric iron, and then we will have to see from the both the profit and loss what is the final loss or gain. Avinash bought an electric iron for rupees. Oh, sorry, this is not SP. This is. It is very important that you read the problem very carefully and understand it. Thoroughly read the problem and then try to understand what exactly is given and what exactly it is asking. If you are careless in reading the problem, just as I thought, I considered SP to be rupees 900, which is wrong. Avinash bought an electric car for rupees 900. So the cost price is rupees 900 and the gain percent is given 10%. So this now the problem becomes easy because now cost price, Avinash bought an electric iron for rupees 900 and sold it at a gain of 10%. He sold another electric iron at 5% loss, which was bought for. Okay. So for first electric iron, CP is 900, gain percent is this. This implies gain is equal to gain is equal to then gain. What will be gain from the gain percent? Gain percent by 100 into CP. This is gain percent is given to be 10, 10 by 100 into rupees 900. This is equals to rupees 90. This was the gain for the first electric iron. For second electric iron or another electric iron, CP is given to be rupees 1200 and loss percent is given to be 5% loss. This implies the loss, the actual value of the loss is loss is 5% of CP. This equals 5% of rupees 1200. This is 5 by 100 multiplied by rupees 1200. This is rupees 60. So there is a gain of rupees 90 and there is a loss of rupees 60. This implies net gain. Obviously, there will be a net gain. Net gain is rupees 90 minus rupees 60, which is rupees 30. So there is a net gain of or profit of rupees 30. So the answer is choice C. Answer is choice C. Let's do problem 14. Problem 14 says that by selling 50 pence, a shopkeeper lost the amount equal to the selling price of 10 pence. By selling 50 pence, a shopkeeper lost the amount equal to the selling price of 10 pence. His loss percentage. Okay, so let's assume selling price of 1 pen be X This implies uh, SP of 50 pence. By selling 50 pence, the shopkeeper lost the amount equal to the selling price of 10 pence. Selling price of 50 pence should be 50x. Also, the total loss is given to be the selling price of 10 pence, which is equal to 10x, because x is, we have assumed to be the selling price of one pen. So loss is 10x, selling price is 50x. This implies cost price, since there is a loss, cost price should be SP plus loss. This equals 50x plus 10x. This equals 60x. So we have the loss, we have the CP, and we are asked to find the loss percent. So loss percent is equal to loss divided by CP into 100%. Loss is 60x, CP is x, CP is uh, loss is 10x, sorry, loss is 10x, CP is 60x, this multiplied by 100%. This equals x's cancels, 0 cancels, 100 by 6%. This is, if you simplify it further, this is 50 by 3%. 50 by 3%. So the answer is choice D. Okay, let's do question number 15. It says that a tea merchant blends two varieties of tea in the ratio 2:3. A tea merchant blends two varieties of tea in the ratio 2:3. The cost of first variety is rupees 200 per kg, and that of second variety is rupees 300 per kg. If he sells the blended tea at the rate of rupees 275 per kg, then the percent gain or loss is. If he sells the blended tea at the rate of rupees 275 per kg, then the percent gain or loss is. So since there is no specific amount of tea that is being purchased or sold is given, we will have to consider everything per kg. Okay. So since in the blended tea, the ratio of the two varieties of tea is given to be 2:3. So let now so we can say that in 1 kg of blended tea, from this is a concept of ratio. If P now if a quantity Q is divided into let's say A and B, where obviously A plus B equals to Q, and A and B are in the ratio, let's say X is to Y, you are given that the quantity Q is divided into A and B, two quantities A and B, where A is to B is given as X is to Y. So only X is to Y is given and the total quantity is given. So from here we can say that A equals to X plus X by X plus Y into Q, and B is equal to Y by X plus Y into Q. This is a concept from ratio and proportion. If you have not watched my videos on ratio and proportion, I highly suggest you watch them. All the videos on ratio and proportion, along with the test paper, MCQ, and the 2 practice test paper. So now we can say that since the since the ratio of the two varieties of tree in the blended tree is given to be 2:3, we can say that 1 kg of blended tea contains 2 by 2 plus 3 into 1 kg of first variety tea. So in 1 kg of the blended tea, what will be the amount of the first variety of tea? It will be 2 by 2 plus 3 into 1 kg. This is 2 by 5 kg. So in 1 kg, 2 by 5 kg of first variety of tea is there. Similarly, 1 kg of blended tea contains 3 by 2 plus 3 into 1 kg of second variety tea. This equals 3 by 5 kg. So in 1 kg of the blended tea, there is 2 by 5 kg of the first variety of tea and 3 by 5 kg of second variety of tea. Now, therefore, 2 by 5 kg of first variety tea cost is equal to, it is given that the cost of first variety of tea is 200 per kg. So this will be 2 by 5 into 200. This is equal to 400 by 5. This much, this rupees. This is rupees 80. Also, we can find that 3 by 5 kg of second variety tea cost will be equal to rupees 3 by 5 into, since the cost of the second variety of tea is rupees 300 per kg. So 3 by kg of the second variety of tea will cost 3 by 5 into 300. This is rupees 120. This is rupees 120. Sorry, 180. Wait a minute. This is 40, 80. Okay. And this is rupees 180. Okay. So therefore 1 kg of blended tea cost rupees 80 plus rupees 180. Rupees 80 plus rupees 180, because rupees 80 was the cost of 2 by 5 kg of first variety of tea, and rupees 180 was the cost of 3 by 5 kg of second variety of tea, and 1 kg of the blended tea contains 2 by 5 kg of first variety of tea and 3 by 5 kg of second variety of tea. So this is, let me check again by doing 2:3. So 2 by 5 kg, okay, and 3 by 5 kg of this, and 2 by 5 into 200, which is 40, 80, and 3 by 5 of 300, 60. This is 180. Okay, so this is rupees 260. Rupees 260. This is the cost of 1 kg of blended tea. Now, the seller sells the blended tea at the rate of rupees 275 per kg. Now, SP of 1 kg blended tea is given to be 275. So selling price of 1 kg of blended tea is 275 and the cost price of 1 kg of blended tea is rupees 260. Therefore, definitely there is a gain per kg blended tea is equal to rupees 275 minus rupees 260, that is rupees 15. That is rupees 15. Okay. Therefore, gain percent, it has asked the gain percent. Gain or loss percent. Gain percent is gain divided by CP into 100. This is gain is rupees 15. So 15 and cost price of 1 kg blended tea is rupees 260. So this is 260 multiplied by 100. Okay. So how much is this? Okay, so 26 divided by 150. No. That is not 26 to 150 divided by 26. 5, 30. Seven, 8, 8. No, it is coming to around 5.7. It is not matching at all. Let me see. Okay, so 5.7, this is 42 and 14 and 18. So 18 and 0 and this is 6. 5.7. Let me see if and the choices are 35.5 and 37.5. Let me see once again if I did correctly or not. So the ratio of the teas, the two variety of tea is given to be 2:3. So we can say that the 1 kg of the blended tea will contains the first variety of tea will be 2 by 5 kg. 2 by 5 into 1 kg, that is 2 by 5 kg. And the 1 kg of blended tea will contain how much amount of second variety of tea? That will be 3 by 5 into 1 kg of 1 kg, that is 3 by 5 kg. Now the cost price of first variety of tea is rupees 200 per kg. So the cost of 2 by 5 kg of first variety of tea will be 2 by 5 into 200, which is 80. And the cost of second variety of tea will be 3 by 5 kg into 300. So 3 by 5 into 300, which is this 180. So the 1 kg of blended tea cost, the cost price of 1 kg of blended tea is rupees 80 plus rupees 180, that is rupees 260. And it is given that the selling price of the blended tea is rupees 275. So Selling price of 1 kg blended tea is rupees 275. Okay. So the gain per kg blended tea is 275 minus 260, that is rupees 15. So now we have to find the gain percent. What is the percentage of rupees 15 based on the cost price, that is rupees 260. That is 15 by 260 into 100. This is fine. I don't know. I might have done some mistake in while writing the problem. Either the choices are I have copied wrong, or some figures in the given problem I have copied wrong. But if for this problem, the answer is gain percent of. There is a gain percent of 5 by approximately 5 by 5.7%. And there was one problem I marked question mark. Okay, this was the problem. Question number 5. It says that, let's see once again, the price of an orange dropped by 33 and 1 by 3 percentage. Okay, as a result, Mahesh was able to buy. The price of an orange dropped by 33 percentage. So find the initial price of a dozen oranges. Find the initial price of a dozen oranges. We have assumed the initial price of an orange be X. Okay. So the reduced price of an orange after 33 and 1 by 3 percentage drop should be 100 minus 33 and 1 by 3 means 100 by 3. Should be 100 minus 100 by 3 percentage of X. That is 200 by 3 percentage of X. That is 200 by 3 percentage of X. That is 200 by 3 divided by 100 into X. That is 2 by 3X. 2X by 3. This is the reduced price of an orange. So, as a result, Mahesh was able to buy 2.5 dozens more oranges for to buy 2.5 dozens more oranges for rupees 720. Two and a half dozens more oranges for rupees 720. Now, so he purchased more 2.5 dozens more for 720. So this 720 should be the cost price of 2.5 dozens oranges based on the reduced price of the oranges, which is 2x by 3. So what will be the cost of 2.5 dozens oranges based on the reduced price? That will be 2x by 3 multiplied by 2.5 dozens into 12. That is should be equal to 720. So 2x by 3 multiplied by 5 by 2 into 12 is equal to 720. This implies x equal to 720 into 3 into 2 divided by 2 into 5 into 12. It's fine. Six cancel 6 to 10. It's fine. 36. X is coming out to be 36. So that the original price of initial price of an orange is 36. Find the initial price of a dozen oranges. 36 into 12. As a result, Mahesh was able to buy 2.5 dozens more oranges for rupees 720. As a result, Mahesh was able to buy 2.5 dozens more oranges for rupees 720. So for rupees 720, how many oranges he could have had when the initial, based on the initial price of uh, orange as X, it would be 720 divided by X. Let me think it. No, I'm trying to do it in a different way. What's this? Okay. So it is saying that as a result, Mahesh was able to buy 2.5 dozens more oranges. Now, first of all, 2 dozen is equal to 5 by 2 into 12. This is 30 oranges. So Mahesh was able to buy 30 oranges more for rupees 720. What does it mean actually? Does it mean that the number of oranges he could have purchased for rupees 720 based on the initial price, that is 30 less than the number of oranges now he could purchase on the reduced price for rupees 720? If that is the case, then uh, 720 divided by 2x by 3. 2x by 3 is the reduced price of the orange. Now for rupees 720, 720 divided by 2x by 3 will be the number of oranges Mahesh could buy for rupees 720 based on the reduced price. This should be more. So minus 720 divided by x. 720 divided by x is the number of oranges Mahesh could purchase based on the initial price for rupees 720. This is equal to 30. This implies if I take 720 on the left hand side common from both sides, from 720 common from the left hand side, I get 3 by 2x minus 1 by x equals 30. 0, 0 cancels, and I can divide 30 with 120 with 6, 4, 24. So I have 3x 24 into 3x by 3 by 2x minus 1 by x is how much? 1 by 2x equals 1. Oh, okay. So 3 by 2x minus 1 by x is 1 by 2x. So we have this. This implies 12 by x equals 1. This implies x equals 12. So initial price of an orange is 12. This implies 12x, that is the initial price of a dozen, will be 12 into 12 equals 144. Okay. So the answer is choice A. I misunderstood the problem. So this is the correct way of doing. So it is trying to say, when it is saying that as a result Mahesh was able to buy 2.5 dozens more oranges for rupees 720, that means the number of oranges that Mahesh could purchase for rupees 720 based on the reduced price per orange, that is 30 more than the number of oranges Mahesh could purchase for rupees 720 based on the initial price. Okay. This brings to the end of solving the practice test paper 1. I hope this video will be beneficial for you to understand, to get acquainted with a wide variety of problems on profit and loss, and you will get an idea how to solve a problem. Even though there are many ways of solving a problem, you can solve a given problem on profit and loss using different concepts of selling price, cost price, the gain percent, loss percent. There are various formulas, but I always try to solve the problems based on the very basics. So for this, you should also have a good foundation of percentages. So you can also watch my videos on the chapter percentages. I have already covered that from this same playlist. So if this video was beneficial to you, then please like it, share it with your friends, and also once again, please support me by subscribing to my channel, and also please do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. Tomorrow I will prepare another practice test paper, so that will give you two practice test paper which will be good enough for testing your understanding of the concepts on profit and loss. So thanks for watching, and until the next video, take care and bye.